$10 per month per partner or shareholder. If you filed an extension for your personal taxes, then you have until October 15th to file your taxes, or you will incur the failure to file penalty. And if you have a tax liability, that is, if you're getting a refund, this does not apply for personal taxes. But if you have a tax liability, you have you've got penalties and interest that are racking up there. So the extension was for filing paperwork, not for paying the tax. So if you don't file by October 15th, you will incur the failure to file penalty if you owe. So nuts and bolts is get your taxes done. Please, oh please, oh please, do not wait until the last minute here to get your taxes done, because the upcoming tax season is already shaping up to be ugly. So we want to go ahead and get 2020 closed out as quickly as possible. Okay. That is it for the housekeeping announcements. Let me get our intro out of the way, and then we'll get down with the content. Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady and principal owner of Everett Tax Solutions, where we help you win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday. And when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. All right, the crypto cops are coming, you guys. Now, one of the things that I can definitely tell you that happened during the pandemic, that there were a lot more people who got involved with cryptocurrency during the pandemic. There were a lot of folks at home. Hey, you had a lot of time on your hands. A lot of people were investing in cryptocurrency. But you got to know where the IRS is right now with cryptocurrency enforcement. So we'll give you a little bit of history of, where the IRS is. In 2017, the IRS won its case against Coinbase, with the John Doe summons, essentially to get access to who the users were on Coinbase. They were really trying to catch the criminals. But just as I told you then, that's where they start, not where they stay. So now they've kind of wrapped up this whole full court press on the big criminals. Now they're coming for non-compliant regular filers, if you will, people who weren't necessarily doing anything criminal, but you haven't been reporting your cryptocurrency transactions, or you have not been reporting them properly. So that's where crypto enforcement is now. That's what Operation Hidden Treasure is all about. So you also need to know too that in the last few months that the IRS also they have gotten the authorization to issue summons to platforms Kraken and Circle to get access to those users. And so what the John Doe summons is, the John Doe summons is basically going to these platforms and saying, hey, we've got the public keys to these transactions. You need to tell us who these people are. All right. And, and the platforms have to comply. Coinbase, initially they put up a really good fight. They really tried to keep all of that anonymous. But if you're going to do business here in the United States, you're going to have to comply with the law. And the same with Kraken and Circle. So so now the IRS has gotten the authorization for the John Doe summons to get access to those users. And what's happening now, again, is that the IRS is now putting more emphasis on the cryptocurrency. If you notice on the 2020 tax return that the question about cryptocurrency was moved to page 1. It might have been a little itty bitty line, but it's still there. There was even some confusion about how to answer the question. And so most people, if they bought cryptocurrency, just answered yes to be on the safe side. Because if you mark no and you actually should have marked yes, then you've essentially lied on your tax return. And that's not what you want. So now they're coming for these reporting. What are they looking for? They're looking for people who have cryptocurrency transactions and have not reported them at all. Okay. They're looking for people who actually may have thought they had a 1031 exchange. Now, with the 1031 exchange, there was a whole lot of confusion about that. And the IRS just issued an opinion about a month or so ago. And that basically said that cryptocurrency, the 1031 exchange did not apply to cryptocurrency. There isn't any case law on that yet, as far as I know. I don't know if anybody has challenged that in the tax court yet. But if they haven't, it's still an opinion until somebody goes to fight that fight. I don't know who that's going to be. But if you reported your cryptocurrency, and if you did not report your cryptocurrency and you thought that you had the 1031 exchange, that's still unreported transactions. There's a difference between someone who reported their transactions under the impression that they were eligible for the 1031 exchange and somebody who just didn't report. Those are two different cases, okay? There's a difference between mistakenly reporting something, reporting it incorrectly. You still reported it, but you reported it incorrectly, versus not reporting it at all. All right. Because then that whole not reporting it at all, then you open yourself up to be possibly criminally prosecuted for fraud. Okay. Now, the fraud has to be proven, but still you open yourself up to being prosecuted. There's lots of ways that that you can handle this. So if you have not reported your cryptocurrency transactions, you need to get it done. Okay. Saying that to say this, with these John Doe summons, if the IRS gets to you before you get to the IRS, it's a lot worse. Okay, because then they're coming to you under the guise of fraud. If you report to the IRS before they come to you and say, hey, we know that you have reported these, and then they go through the whole audit process, that's not really what you want. They will be sending out more letters. If you remember in 2019, I do believe, the IRS sent out letters 6173, 6174, 6174A. These were informational letters that said, hey, we know that you were participating, that you have purchased cryptocurrency or invested in cryptocurrency. And, here is a reminder of what your reporting requirements are. They sent these letters out essentially to say, hey, you're on our radar, get your reporting done. Well, there's going to be more of those letters that are going out as soon as they get everything done with Kraken and Circle. So if you know this applies to you, report your missing transactions, get those returns amended to report your transactions. There isn't going to be any amending, if you will, if the IRS comes to you. That's not going to be a qualified amendment. A qualified amendment is you taking the initiative to update your tax return, to say, hey, we're just reporting these transactions, and then you pay any tax due or you work something out with the IRS. That is way different than the IRS having to enforce the law, and then you say, oh, I'm going to file an amendment. That's not going to work out the way that you expect it to, because like I said, then you're talking about, possibly being prosecuted for fraud and such. Okay. So yeah, just know that the IRS is focused on enforcement of cryptocurrency reporting and transactions. The audits are going to go up. The IRS has been very vocal and been very transparent about what they're doing. Okay. Just so you know. And for me, by the time the IRS makes an announcement that they're going to do something, they've already done it. So just know that this is in the process, and you have to make the decision with what you're going to do. Do you always have the option to do nothing? Yes. Do I recommend doing nothing? Absolutely not. If this applies to you, go ahead and get your reporting done, pay any tax due, keep it moving. Okay. Otherwise, if you get caught up in this summons, it's not going to be that simple. Okay. So thank you guys so much for tuning into Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, and you can come right here to get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right. Have a great day, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.